So you're new to FragPunk and need to know where to start and how to get started. Well, you're in the right place. Hey guys, Nightfall here, and you probably clicked this video because you're either new to FragPunk or you've been playing a bit but feel like you might be missing something or need some help navigating or just some overall tips and tricks. Either way, you're in the right place. You may have loaded up the game for the first time and felt confused and overwhelmed by all of the different menus and places you can visit from the home screen. I promise you're not alone. I myself still struggle sometimes with these menus over a month later. So let me start by walking you through where most things will be, and keep in mind that this may change from the time of recording to the time you're actually watching, so some of the menus may be different. So this is obviously the home screen, and on the home screen there's a lot of stuff. So let's start by getting rid of some unnecessary things here. This box up in the top left, as well as the box in the bottom right, you can think of them as in-game ads. They're just telling you about skin bundles or events going on right now, but you can access all of those through other pages, so we can ignore them for the most part, with one exception that we'll talk about later. The first place you'll want to look is the top right up by your name, and if you click this, it'll bring you to a page where it stores all of your data, including full match replays of your previous matches, which will actually get cleared out when the new chapter drops and reset. So if you want to save any of those, you might want to go and record those now. The first page has some general stats and your rank, as well as your player card and ID. And if you don't like the Lancer that shows up here, you can click this little change person button here and choose a new one. The next tab is level rewards, and currently these rewards only give you stuff up to level 50. I'm hoping they expand upon this every so often to reward those who grind the game. The next tab is, as I mentioned before, has your match history, which you can also sort by game mode, as well as highlights, which you can also download, at least on PC you can. I'm not sure about console because at the time of recording this, console's not out yet, but you can also share them in the game in the world chat. Now the next tab shows your Lancer specific stats, and the final tab will show your career stats for most of the game modes. Now let's head back to the main screen, and we'll move a little lower to these three icons here. The first one with the flag is the recruitment section, and I'll be honest, I've never used this before, but it looks like you can recruit people for partying up, sort of like a looking for group post on Xbox. The next button shows your friends, and this one will have a few subsections to it. So the default one is your friends list. The second one is recent players that you've played with. The middle one is incoming friend requests, and the fourth one is your blocked list. And the last one is your platform specific friends. Again, mine shows Steam. I'm assuming this would have an Xbox or PlayStation logo for your console specific version. You can also switch yourself offline here to hide from that annoying person who constantly invites you every time you're online. But backing out to the main screen once more and shifting our focus to the Battle Pass, this is obviously where you'll access the Battle Pass. And this screen may change over time because as long as you buy the Battle Pass, you're supposed to be able to complete it at any time, even after that season has ended. So they may add a new tab to this page like previous Battle Pass or something like that, but you can always see your friend rank here in the Battle Pass as well. And while we're on the subject of Battle Passes, this game actually offers three different tiers of a Battle Pass. They have the free version, then there's the premium version, and then the ultimate version. The premium version will give you almost everything on the track, and the benefit of the ultimate version is you get an extra skin at the end, and you can customize with several different options with recolors and stuff like that, which we'll talk more about later. But some of the premium rewards, you'll also get double the rewards if you have the ultimate tier. Then once you complete the Battle Pass, you start collecting a new currency, even in the free tier, where you can use it to unlock items in the Battle Pass shop, which we will check out shortly. This page also has a button for challenges, but we can ignore that since it'll take us to the same page if we back out to the main screen and click challenges here under the Battle Pass. This page will have its own sections. The first one is the Battle Pass challenges, and you have your daily, weekly, and seasonal challenges. Daily challenges can be re-rolled up to 10 times per day. So if you don't like that specific challenge, or you want to make it easier on yourself, feel free to re-roll a couple. And the goal here is probably to get all of the challenges completed in one game if possible. The next section is called Porcelain Hunting. Not sure how long this one will be here, but this is an event, if you want to call it that the game launched with, and you earn currency just by playing the game and completing certain tasks, and you can unlock these porcelain weapon skins for free. The next tab is your achievements, which you can earn by doing a bunch of different things. I won't go through them all, but completing them does give you a currency called Glue Knight coins, something else we'll go over in just a moment. The last section is story, and you can unlock these mini comics by completing the tasks listed under them. and you don't really get anything, just some cool lore that you can check out if you're into that sort of thing. But let's once again back out to our main screen. And this section here is the invite friends button, which is an event where your friends can use your invite code as long as they're below level 15 to help you gain these new rewards. Feel free to use my invite code on screen, and then we can back out to the main menu, and clicking the events tab here opens a whole new world of stuff. So right now we have the April Fool's game mode called FragPunk, and this whole page is just dedicated to that. There's a couple challenge pages and a mosquito catcher minigame where you could earn a bunch of free stuff. But quickly going through these, or we could have an entire video dedicated to just events, you can see that scrolling through the tabs at the top will give you some more events and show you different ones. So this one has all the FragPunk events on it, as well as your invite friends that we just talked about, plus the event for the porcelain skins that we showcased before, so feel free to click through each one of these to check them out. Same for the limited time events, and then the last tab for media info. This is where you can link your game to your email. And at first you get a curiosity pop can and some stickers, but then every month after that you'll want to check back here and claim your free gold and glue knight coins. But now let's head back to the main screen yet again, and we've seen a few different currencies already, so why not talk about those and explain what they are by heading up to the store tab, and instantly you can see the three main currencies in the game here. There's gold, there's glue knight, and there's FragPunk coins. The first two you can earn for free just by playing the game and completing different challenges. Glue knight coins you can also get by exchanging FragPunk coins, which are the premium currency that you buy. So if we move over to the items sub tab, we can see there are a few more quote unquote currencies listed here as well. The curiosity pop can and the original pop can. Think of these as tokens or coins to spin prize wheels, and I'll show you those in just a moment. But now we head over to the redeem sub tab, and this is where all of the currencies are. So this first tab is the exclusive prize pool, and you spend ultimate materials to get these, and those ultimate materials are earned through the constellation rolls, which again may change by the time you're seeing this video. But the best way to get to that section is to go back to your home screen, and in the ad boxes I told you that you could mostly ignore, this is that exception. Normally there's a constellation ad that rolls through here, but it has now been replaced with the plasma prize pool, or if you're watching this later, it had been replaced by the Cyber Saint bundle. Either way, you'll want to click on one of those, and then you can access the constellation prize pool on the top left. Here is where you'll use those curiosity pop cans mentioned earlier to roll for a chance at the cool shiny sword that apparently I'll never get. If you get any duplicate prizes in these rolls, you'll net those ultimate materials that we were just talking about. While we're here though, the next tab down called the original prize pool is where you can spend the original pop cans, and the better prizes that you can earn out of here are the curiosity pop cans or weapon or lancer skin keys, which, depending on when you're watching this, may have already been condensed into just skin keys. Now if we go back to the store and the items tab, now these you can also consider currency, but we'll save those for last as we transition into the arsenal tab. But for now, let's go back to the redeem tab and round out the other currencies that we have. The next one here is the membership store, which is a monthly membership, costs about 10 USD, and you'll get all of the items listed here, but with some caveats. The FragPunk coins and curiosity cans, you don't just get all of them up front, you have to log in daily up to 15 days per month so that you can claim them. I think you get like 80 coins for 15 days and then 1 can a day or something like that. Keep in mind that if you don't log in for 15 days out of the month, you will forfeit the rest of those rewards. Now, when you buy the membership, the Lancers are rented, meaning if you don't buy them with gold or renew your subscription, you won't keep them once it runs out. However, the annual membership will unlock them permanently, but it is a lot more pricier up front, but in the long run is definitely saving you money. Then the exclusive weapon skin that it shows here, you don't just get that skin. Like, it is a skin, but it's more of a universal skin. Not to say that you could just get one and apply it to everything. You actually go into the store and you can pick which ones you want. So when you sign up for the membership, you get 10 of these tokens, so you can either buy all 4 of your utility pistols or one of the other weapons for 10. You can also get a curiosity can or some lancer or weapon skin keys here. Again, those may be, by the time you're watching this, combined into just skin keys. Next up is the Battle Pass redeem section, where you can redeem some of the same stuff, some gold, some stickers. And this was the currency that you start earning for every level you gain after completing the Battle Pass. And then the rank store at the moment only has silver and gold camos for all weapons, but you can earn rank tokens by just playing ranked, which you would need to be account level 30 before even jumping into that. Then the last section here is the club section, and you can join a friend's club, And doing club challenges can get you club supplies, which you can then use and spend here. And lastly, the redeem tab is where you'll buy your premium currency called FragPunk points. Nothing much to see here, spend as you will. But now let's move to our Arsenal tab and check out our Lancers. Lancers are the characters you play in game, and this page will tell you, as well as show you a little bit about how each of their abilities work. You can also customize their skins and banners from this page. So let's focus on the skin and check out Pathogen for this example. Most skins are basic skins and some are superb rarity. Some superb rarity skins like this one have a special icon that allows you to customize it even more. Doing this will cost the skin keys that I mentioned earlier, and you don't have an endless supply of these, so just keep in mind and don't just go and unlock every single recolor. But backing up a few pages and moving to the weapons tab, you can see some of the weapons are the same way. Take the Discipline skin here for an example. If you open the skins for this, you can see advanced cosmetics, and sometimes skins will have multiple levels of customization that you'll have to spend either Glue Knight coins or something else just to unlock that level, and then the skin keys to unlock the recolor that you want. Pretty cool, and allows for people to have a different looking skin, even though it's technically the same skin. The possibilities are just endless. The next tab under Arsenal is the emotes tab, and me personally, I don't care too much for emoting, but feel free to look through this. I will say sometimes you'll get things called fireworks and firecrackers, and those can be found on the bottom side tab of this page, and they're called consumables, and you could set these just like any other emote and use them in game. Kind of annoying, but go ahead and be that person if you want. The next tab is stickers, and you'll start getting a bunch of sticker packs as you play, and you can get tons of duplicate stickers, and those stickers can be used to customize your gun, which we'll go back and look at just in a second. But you can also do a sticker fusion where you can add basic stickers to get a better sticker at the cost of 500 gold and a bunch of stickers, of course. Then you could do the same thing for the high energy sticker fusion. You could re-roll those stickers into even higher rarity stickers. But now let's go back to the weapon appearance so that we can check out what these stickers look like on your weapons. And it's not just stickers. You can add kill counters, charms, and yes, the stickers as well. But again, that's not really something I'm super interested in. I just prefer the clean look of the weapon mostly. So let's head back to the page we were at before and talk about the last tab under Arsenal, your bag. Your bag is your inventory. It has everything in it that you haven't opened, like sticker packs, pop cans, and just overall anything that you've collected that you haven't used yet. Now we can move over to the shard cards tab. Not really much to talk about here. You can see the different shard cards and see which ones are only available in certain game modes, as well as reading and sometimes watching what each one does. I think the star of this section might be the relics, and the relics are very underutilized. These relics can only be used in unranked games at the moment, and each one has a certain ability. And if I remember correctly, you can unlock these through the level up rewards. I don't want to go too in depth with these because I'll already have a video out by the time you're seeing this, or I'll have one up shortly after this video comes out. But now let's talk leaderboard. The leaderboard is split into 3 categories: ranked, lancer, and duel master, and you can see the top players right in game. Keep in mind that these are split up by region, so if you're NA, you won't see EU players and vice versa. A question I do get frequently is, how does the score on the lancer tab work here? And while I don't have the exact formula, it does only count performance in ranked games, and I imagine it would be things like wins and losses as well as your kills and overall score during those games. Then finally, to round out our menus, we have the club section. You can join a club and check out the members and other club challenges here. I really wish they'd expand this to more members to be in a single club, but it is what it is. So back to our home screen to wrap up the last little bit before we hop into some game basics and what to expect in game. At the bottom right, you'll see a bunch of icons, and I just want to go over these super quick. The first one is the membership page, which we've already discussed. The second one will show you your current bonus. The third one will open a web page and quick flashbang you. This web page will have some info on the game. The third icon will allow you to fill out a questionnaire to get some free Glue Knight coins and let them know how badly you want aim assist for controller players on PC in this game. The next icon is what's called the Scavenger Imp, which you will unlock through the level up rewards. And he will by default, once you unlock it, collect gold, but if you have the monthly membership, you can change this to Glue Knight coins. The next icon is your mailbox, where you'll occasionally get goodies and gifts and just other things. Anytime you report a player, you'll get something in here. And then the last icon, of course, is your settings, which I won't go into here because I already have a settings video on my channel, and it even includes controller settings as well, so make sure to go and check that out. The last little trick is that if you're on your main menu and you hit escape, or I'm assuming it's going to be the start button on your controller, You can get a new menu that pops up that lets you redeem codes, but also customize your lobby background. And you can unlock some of these backgrounds by leveling up your different Lancers, which you can see under the Arsenal and Lancers tab by clicking the little badge next to their name. And also, I forgot you can do that with the weapons as well. So there's a complete breakdown of all the menus. I hope this doesn't change too much once the console version comes out, but let's go ahead and hop into an actual game just to show you the flow and some basic tips and tricks that can help you stay one step ahead. So in a standard game, you're going to load in, and the first thing you want to do is obviously pick your Lancer and your weapon, because if you forget to pick a weapon, you won't have one for that round. You can pick it once you spawn in the prep phase, but once that prep phase is over, you are out of luck. If you want to know which weapons are the best, you might want to go check out my channel because I have a tier list video up for that. But after you pick your Lancer and weapon, you're going to see 3 cards on the screen. These cards can be obtained by placing shard points into them. It's a good idea to familiarize yourself with these cards in standard and how they work so that you know what to look for in ranked game. But you can re-roll these cards for 1 shard point at the bottom of the card. Something else to keep an eye on is the little plus button here. This is where you'll activate your relics. Keep in mind, once you activate one, it's stuck for the rest of the game. Also on this screen, you need to watch out for one major thing. There are people who will request your shard points, and this can be helpful for one person to manage all the shard points, but sometimes people like to troll and just take them all and not use them. So if you see it pop up to hand them over and you don't want to, you have to select no, because selecting nothing will default to giving them away. Some other things to note here is that if you put 2 shard points into a card and no one else fills it, you just won't get that card, but you'll still keep your shard point. This process is the same once you start your ranked grind until you hit diamond and up. Then it becomes a whole pick and ban system, but that doesn't belong in a beginner's guide, so I won't really be covering that here. Once you load in, you can find these slot machines in each spawn that will give you either a weapon, a shard card, or a shard point. Always worth taking a spin as it doesn't cost you anything. The next thing you want to watch out for is switching sides. When you switch sides, you lose all of your unspent shard points and you get all uses of your weapons back. There is no weapon economy in this game. You just get 2 uses of each main weapon, and if you die with that weapon or you drop it and don't pick it back up before the round ends, you just lose one of the uses. All of this happens in both ranked and unranked. The difference is the round number that it happens in, so keep an eye out and make sure you spend your shard points before you lose all of them. Now, when it comes to actual gameplay, the biggest thing to focus on in a game like this is crosshair placement. But before we get to that, I want to mention one other thing. As you roam around the map, you'll notice these little shards laying across the map, and you could shoot or melee these open to get either a health pack that will restore 30 HP, or a shard point, or even a shard card. But let's talk about crosshair placement. This game is all about getting the first shot in, and if your first shot is at someone's feet, you're probably going to lose that fight. Always try to keep it chest or head level, and when you swing corners, be sure to keep it tight on the corner and not wide out here like this, because if someone's around that corner, you don't want to waste precious seconds swinging it back halfway across the screen when you could have had it there to begin with. Another thing to note here is your minimap. Your minimap will always be in the top left corner. This map not only provides you with the usual intel that you'd expect a minimap in any game to provide, but anything that's a throwable of sorts, including your utility pistols. Some Lancer abilities will show up as a small white dot on this map, allowing you to line up some insane shots. The minimap will also show you a circle around your location, which is how far sound is traveling and enemies can hear you while you're moving. If you're running, you're going to have a large circle that's going to take up a big chunk of the map. If you're walking, you're going to have a small circle, and if you're crouch walking, slow walking, or ADS walking, you will be completely silent. Now, that's pretty much the basics of the game that you'll need to know immediately. I'm always open for questions, so you can either drop them down in the comments below or swing by when I'm live and I can answer them there or even show you something on stream. And if there's one takeaway from all of this and you remember nothing else, just remember that Pathogen is immune to other pathogen poison, and throwing both of her heals down at the same time does not heal you faster or more. Anyways, I hope this helps a lot of you new players out there. I know you're all excited to try out the game in just a couple days for the very first time, and I hope this gets you somewhat caught up. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you made it all the way to the end of this long video and watch the entire thing, make sure you comment the word shard, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.